on the Legion. I'm not even surprised. What? Oh. Oh, grab and move. Okay. Oh, I need to do it again. Is there any way I can move this specifically? Is it just anywhere? Anywhere, I guess. Okay. Makes that easy enough. Oh, there we go, we're nearly at 70%. Oh, we've just passed 70%. Yeah, I wasn't too sure to begin with. Because obviously, by the time we got the Beast Legion, I'd only cleared up 30 or 40%. So I was like, oh god, there must be a fair bit of the file left. Okay. I used the red matter cleanup as a way of gauging how far through.
That's odd. The signal was definitely coming from here.
A file I am. We've seen this before where the crystal just gets bigger.
There's those shapes again. Whatever they are.
They look like people. Oh, look who it is.
Human once.
Jenna!
Then they were brought here to be archived.
Hmm?
Someday they'll return to Earth to hunt and bring back others to make like them as chimeras.
So this whole place is made of people.
How anthropocentric of you. Not only humans, but everything on Earth comes here. The Earth isn't being corrupted, or whatever you might call it. It's being brought here, bit by bit.
What, to be like preserved?
Or should I say, brought back here. Think of this as a storage unit, kept by unknowable masters. Our extinction is merely their reorganization. When you think of it that way, it doesn't seem so bad, does it?
What? It doesn't seem so bad. People are... The whole planet is... It's being destroyed.
It is. So now what will you do about it? This place is vast. Far larger than planet Earth. Infinite. For all intents and purposes. A tide the likes of which you can't imagine swells before you. How long do you think you'll last against it?
But... We have to...
By the way, how is the other twin? Still alive then, I take it. That's too bad. I can still remember when I first heard about you two. Twins, brought into the world right in the middle of the pandemic, as it ravaged Zone 09 20 years ago. Am I mistaken?
You were born during the pandemic?
Oh, those two are quite famous in scientific circles. The devil's children, born from corruption, they said.
Jesus, that's...
If that brave officer hadn't taken you under his wing, you'd probably still be strapped to a lab table. And yet, yes, you've grown so much. But I haven't changed since that day. I'll give
You're
you
still
some
just as
parting
crazy.
advice. Your power, it's not the blessing you think it is. Be very careful, especially around that man. Take a long look at that. Next is up to you.
Oh.
Shit, she's getting away! Come on, we gotta stop her! Hello? Okay, look, I know that was a lot to take in, but there'll be plenty of time to think when Jenna's in handcuffs.
I'm getting the red stuff first. Look at all this red dust. Oh, beautiful. 75%, almost 80, 77%. Oh, there's some more. A few stragglers. I think it's safe to say I missed the toilet for this level. Or file, but whatever. Whee! Nice of it to keep the gate open at least.
You're quite persistent, aren't you? I'd hoped we could keep it to a friendly chat today. I can't let you catch me just yet.
Another boss fight? Oh, great. What the hell are these? They're purple. What the hell? Oh. What? I was about to say, are they legions? Oh dear. Alright, bitches, bring it.
I take it those Legion cores are what she stole from the ARI.
Ouch. Oh, really? Oh, nice. Just twatted him against the train. Okay. It'd be nice if I could see them. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, damn. Arr. Man, they have a lot of health. And you also can't, yeah, you can't take them out. Ooh. An old new threat. Now after Gina again. Or not.
Ah, there you are. I've been trying to get a hold of you. How are things going down there?
Great.
Oh, hey, the civilians who got trapped in the subway are all right. Jenna got away before we could catch her, but...
Like, who is
Hey,
this?
wait, is that a drone? Hey, who is this? What are you doing on this channel?
Oh, I'm just a friend.
Wait a minute. No civilian should be able to access this channel, and I think I know that stutter. You're from the technical division. Hal, right?
Oh.
What? I'm not... Hal who? I'm just an innocent bystander.
Okay, so that's who that is.
Now I know it's you. The ace programmer of the technical division, who never actually comes into the office. You know, for someone who stays inside all the time, you sure do manage to get in a lot of trouble. Okay, this may be the first you've heard of him, but Hal's one of us. He's a programmer in Neuron's technical division. Neuron snatched him up from high-tech forensics because he can code circles around everyone else.
Oh.
But, meat space isn't really his scene. Most people don't even know he exists. And everyone who does thinks he's a weirdo.
Yep.
So it's nice that you two have made friends. Well, nice for him, at least.
Hey, I can still hear you, you know.
Aha. So you admit it's you then, Hal?
What? No, Ugh.
I'm just teasing you, Hal. Okay, Alicia's on her way back now. I'll get the details from her. come on home. But be careful around Hal. His geekiness might be contagious. And Hal, you should come by the station more often too. Maybe even in person sometime. See you.
Bye.
Is she gone? Man, tough crowd. That was, the one with the pink hair, right? She seems interesting. Well, I guess I better head on back too. Hey, let me see that data card for a sec. Okay, I've copied over all the data. Here's your card back. I'm thinking we should keep this whole data card business on the down low.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, Jenna is crazy, but I can't stop thinking about what she said. Be very careful around that man. Maybe there's something on this card that'll tell us why. I'll take a look and fill you in on the juicy bits later.
Hoorah. Now I've ended the file. Yay! Oh god, I missed 3 cases? Goddamn. All of the blue ones. Oh, one of them's probably because I needed the axe. Yeah. There was a barrier that I couldn't get past, so I'm assuming it's probably one of them. Pardon me. One of them's probably behind that. I would assume. Alright, file 6. Whoa, what? Oh! Wait, what? Oh, these are all the... Staying informed, check the files. Whoa! Alright, we're going to be reading for a while. So, ARC data file 103. February 2043. Earth found itself faced with disaster brought about by a meteor impact that opened the gates to the astral plane. Matter the likes of which Earth has never seen leaks through the gates as a toxic miasma, twisting everything it touches, eventually beyond recognition. We have come to call this process redshift. At the current rate, redshift poses a very significant threat to our species. Not a word of this came as a surprise to me, and yet I had thus far been powerless to stop it. I must confess my judgment at the time was clouded. The prophets, those who find the future written in the past, they sought me out for my research. After all, we share an interest in human evolutionary potential. They had much to tell me about the true history of our species. They say that humankind flourishes now like it has twice before. The previous 2 times it met with utter ruin. Weighed in the balance and found wanting, the gates present a 3rd such test. Not that I took these prophets at their literal word, not at first. After all, their means are not scientific. However, even I cannot deny that all they foretold came to pass. I pledged to them, to my species, that I would do all in my power to stop this extinction, to save humankind. And they told me, build an ark. At their guidance, I gathered a considerable staff and constructed a new home, where humankind found refuge for what might have been our doom. It has been an arduous undertaking, far beyond even myself, but luckily I now have allies that I can trust to the grave. Now is the time for us to greet our future together. Excerpt from Dr. Joseph Calvert's collected notes per Aspara ad Arkham. So data file 129, Megaflow Arc operational. In the early morning hours of Thursday, July 23rd, 2043, construction on the artificial island known as the Ark was finally completed. The Ark represents the combined efforts of all nations to protect humanity from the threat of corruption from the gates. Representatives of the interim Union World government say they hope to begin welcoming residents as soon as possible. As of this writing, the Ark is moored offshore near Valparaiso, Chile. Selected residents, having cleared checks for data corruption, boarded Union patrol boats to make the first steps towards their new homes this morning. The Ark will cease accepting new residents at 3 PM and prepare for the voyage to its permanent location, far out into the Pacific Ocean, where experts say corruption will never reach. The Union will resume accepting new residents once the Ark is in position. According to one Union official, he added that interested citizens should refer to Union notices for further information. Newspaper excerpt. So, gates to a new scientific renaissance. Easy though it is to assume that the gates bring nothing but disaster to our planet, such an assumption disregards the tremendous technological advancements they've made possible. One of these advancements is the Experton, a portable weapon of unparalleled flexibility, now standard issue for our police force. Thorough research into the gates has led to whole new fields of scientific study, particularly the exciting field of astral dynamics. We've even been able to harness some of the astral spark, the energy given off by the gates, and turn it towards human ends. The Experton itself is one such end. Powered as it is by the astral spark, the Experton can affect the gates in ways conventional weapons can't. With enough force, it can even be used to destroy gates, closing them for good. Our police carry considerable extra-dimensional power in the palms of their hands. This is but one of the ways that we have learned to turn the power of the gates themselves to our own advantage. Anti-redshift medication. The Union government began distributing new anti-redshift medication to citizens of the Ark on March 1st, 2058. This comes as a response to an uptick in markedly severe cases of redshift, believing to be caused by greater concentrations of corruption in the environment following recent gate appearances. The medicine, developed by a team of specialists at the Aegis Research Institute, may reduce the effects of exposure to gate miasma by up to 80% with one weekly dose. However, the ARI warns that they cannot guarantee similar effectiveness in cases of direct contact with aberrations. Arc Zone 09 Residual Corruption Examination Report. So Aegis Research Institute Counter Corruption Department Head. So goals of the examination to determine the level of data corruption still present in Zone 09 20 years after the pandemic and the feasibility of lifting quarantine. Okay. So results of the examination. 63 locations within 500 square meters of Zone 09 were flagged to indicate high amounts of corruption. These locations present a particularly high risk of dimensional instability. An examination staff visually confirmed the presence of several gates. The chance of chimeric invasion in these locations is 5 times higher than that in Grand Avenue, one of the areas outside of the exclusion zone most susceptible to chimeric attack. A previous inspection conducted 10 years prior found 49 such areas. The results of this inspection suggest that the level of corruption within Zone 09 is indeed increasing over time. It is unknown whether the deposits of red matter found within Zone 09 have remained there since the pandemic, or whether they are now new deposits. Tests on samples have thus been inconclusive. These results suggest that Zone 09 is in no way ready for the quarantine to be lifted. We suggest continuing to observe the conditions in the zone remotely, while working towards an effective decontamination solution. People on the rooftops? Have you heard rumours of the people called the Uppers? Supposedly they make their homes in illegal squats on the tops of buildings in the quarantine Zone 09. Whether it's true or just a figment of popular imagination, who can say? Not even the police are allowed to make routine rounds in the zone, which was put under quarantine by the Union government after the pandemic. The question must be asked. Who would willfully gather and live in an area known for dangerous levels of corruption? Who are these Uppers? The Union holds that any living person found in the quarantine zone is a trespasser from outside the zone, and a potential danger to public safety. But some rumours suggest that the Uppers are actually survivors, or descendants of survivors of the pandemic, left to rebuild after the Union walled off the zone. Supposing that were true though, that means the Union may have left uncorrupted survivors behind to fend for themselves against the dangers of the pandemic. Could it be true? One thing's for sure, when it comes to the Uppers, there's no shortage of questions, and very few answers. The quarantine. The cases for and against. Arc Zone 09 was once a populous residential district, an easy place to live with both work and leisure near at hand. It remained that way for 15 years. When the Ark's worst nightmare came true, uncountable numbers of civilians in Zone 09 redshifted in a very short time in what came to be called the pandemic, still the largest disaster in the history of the Ark. The Ark's designers were prepared for this possibility and had a system in place to prevent heavy corruption from spreading from zone to zone. Zone 09 was swiftly sealed off from the surrounding areas with heavy quarantine walls. Luckily, the Zone 09 pandemic is the only time that the Union found it necessary to use these walls. Thanks to these walls, zones that neighbour Zone 09 show no significantly higher levels of corruption than zones farther away. In that regard, the walls are a vital part of public safety on the Ark. On the other hand, independent sources suggest that survivors of the pandemic may remain alive in Zone 09, redshift-free, but sealed off from the outside Ark by the very same walls. If they're in there, the Union does not acknowledge them, and will not open the wall. If these rumours are true, they implicate the Union government in a wide-scale cover-up. One hopes to believe that in erecting the walls around Zone 09, the Union exercised their better judgment for the good of the Ark. All of the Ark are subject to their rule. Let us hope it is a benevolent and honest rule. Watch out for hackers. A notice from the Ark Police. Reports of damages caused by a hacker group calling themselves the Hermits are increasing throughout the Ark. We in the Ark Police vow to expand our investigations into hacker activities until the individuals responsible are brought to justice. We ask that all citizens take great care in their use of all electronic devices and computer networks. Be sure to change your personal passwords often, especially those tied to banking services. Be warned, the Hermits are prepared to use any manner of trickery to acquire your personal information. A skilled hacker can steal your password and commandeer your information in a matter of seconds. Signs: you may be under hacker attack. You find records of bank withdrawals you don't remember making, credit card and cash chip histories that show unexplained transactions. You receive receipts from delivery orders you don't remember placing. You find your cash chip suddenly unusable. If you have evidence that you could be useful in investigations against the Hermits, contact the Ark Police at Redacted right away. Please do not attempt to contact the police via electronic mail, because the Hermits may be reading it right now. Duty reports. So is this really necessary? More practice with the big puppet today. Hooray! Maximilian Howard. Oh, it's our dad. It's been half a year and I still can't get the damn thing to obey orders. The commander says psychological resonance or some such nonsense is necessary, and that's why we've got to be chained to it. No idea what it even wants, though. I should give up. I have more luck getting my kids to do what I say than this thing. Maybe I should start thinking of the thing as an honorary kid or something. Couldn't be any less effective than what I'm doing now. I'll give it a shot tomorrow. Case reports. Summary: disposal of 1 humanoid chimera and 4 civilian aberrations in Grand Avenue, Zone 36. Oh, officers involved. Max, Jin, and Alicia. Paperwork was... Oopsie. Ah! Didn't mean to do that. Paperwork was properly filled and authorization granted prior to the disposal of the aberration. Captain Howard handled the disposal of all targets. Due to a malfunction in Captain Howard's log apparatus during action, no direct log remains. However, we were able to requisition footage from surrounding security cameras. This footage is submitted in lieu of a formal log. Pardon me. We were unable to confirm a dramatic increase in corruption in the area, and thus withdrew, leaving decontamination to the cleanup crew. Beyond the 4 aberrations, no civilian injuries are recorded. Captain Howard was lightly injured in the conflict, but no more than he usually is. We could really use more officers capable of responding to incidents like this one. I'm aware that the issue is one of control, namely our inability to control the legions beyond stopping them from going berserk. I'm also aware that even that is a fairly recent development. Officer Wong has made more progress than the rest of us in accurately guiding his legion. Maybe I should pay more attention to the captain's training too. If nothing else, I'll try to stay out of the way and not make anything worse. This is another case report. Arrest of 2 Hermit gang members in the act of vandalizing an ATM. Alicia and Billy Williams. 2 conventional police officers were injured by the suspects before Neuron arrived. One officer suffered a fractured right tibia. The other received several surface wounds and expects to recover in 1 week. Oh, another one. Pursuit and arrest of 1 Hermits gang member engaged in Grand Theft Auto. Alicia Lopez. I performed the arrest following search support from police helicopters. With consideration to the surrounding area, I tailed the suspect to Zone 21, point RD 2547-16, before forcing the stolen car to a stop with electromagnetic disruptor rounds. The suspect's erratic driving during the attempted getaway caused multiple accidents across several zones, but luckily no civilians were injured. What is this? Missing property investigation. No criminal activity could be confirmed in the course of the investigation, so I handed the case over to the Zone 36 precinct to treat as a normal case. Though most previous reports of Hermit activity only involved computer-related crimes, recently we've had more and more reports of their involvement in direct and even violent criminal activity. The change is cause for concern. The conventional police are completely unable to keep up with the Hermits, and they even give us in Neuron trouble. We should investigate the source of their newfound strength before they get any bolder. This may even warrant an investigation into their supposed base of operations in Zone 09. This one requires a password. Damn. Oh, these all require a password. Oh, so I can't do those. Public Affairs Records. Lappy's Christmas Eve 2077. What do you know? It's Christmas Eve. But chimeras don't celebrate Christmas, so Neuron can't take the night off to soak in the holiday season either, and old Lappy's right here with you. Why, I can't think of a better way to spend the holidays than hunkering down here in the office with all of you. There's no present nicer than a job well done, right? Right? But it is Christmas after all, so I made cookies. I know last year's weren't exactly the tastiest, who could forget Joey's hilarious impression of a guy vomiting? Impression. But I've been working my recipe, and I think this batch is perfect. I can't wait until you're all back, so I can spread some Christmas cheer. And don't you worry if you didn't get Lappy anything, your smiling faces are the only present I need. Even yours, Joey. Sincerely yours, Lappy. Duty report. How you can avoid redshift. Unfortunately, not many people attended. Maybe it was the date. Let's say it was an intimate, conversational environment. Oh, it was on Christmas Day. Of course. The usual crowd of old folk showed up to share some of their hard-earned wisdom, so all in all I'd call the seminar a success. I went over how to tell whether an area is dangerously corrupted or not, and what to do if you think you're starting to redshift, and most of the audience listened. Lappy was not present for this lecture. In other news, I can't help but notice that nobody ate any of Lappy's Christmas cookies last night. He told me he got so tired following you all around the office with a plate full of cookies that he just plain overheated. It's a lot of running around for a dog like Lappy to do in the middle of summer. Lappy asked me to thank Captain Max, the one kind soul with enough Christmas spirit to stop for a cookie. Lappy went ahead and let him have everyone else's too. If you missed out, well, maybe next year. I thought I'd ask him how they tasted, but he doesn't seem to be here today. He must have one of those Christmas summer colds going around the Ark. But don't worry, Lappy's already whipped up some small sweets for him, since he liked the last one so much. Mary Wentz. Oh, there we go, there's everything. Staying informed. I can't read the last three, I think. Or was it these? Oh, it's these. I can read all of these. So it's the duty reports I can't. Okay. File 6. Complicit. Knowingly participating in a wrongful act, aiding or abetting another's crimes. Hey!
Is now a good time? Come find me on the roof. I need to talk to you.
Wrong button. I'll go over my orders. And then that'll do! Beast Scholar? What was that doing? Oh, unlock a Beast Legion node. Of course. Oh, actually, I should have new things to read. Subject logs. Oh! Things I've taken a picture of. A Legion created from a Beast-type Chimera. This file's the longest in the game. I'm not going to start it this session then. Because I like to do this. I like to end the file. I'll start and end the file in one go, instead of like ending it halfway through. So, from a beast-type chimera, this swift dog-like companion can track sounds and scents far better than any human. Its legioness can ride on its back to cover great distances in a short time, or quickly move out of danger. And then the other ones was, yeah, this. The Hum-C, a humanoid-type chimera that specializes in vicious claw attacks. It is highly agile and often hunts in packs, making it difficult to defeat. Yeah, I was probably going to end here anyway, to be fair. But I appreciate the heads up. What the hell is that? The shell-type chimera is not proficient at combat, however it has a strong protective shell that it can share with other chimeras by transferring energy. This energy current connecting these chimeras cannot be cut, but that itself can be shot down with the Arrow Legion. Oh, they even give you like tactics. Oh, cool. Restricted district. I'm just going to read the locations. I'll probably read the people's profiles another time, or at some point. There's just a lot of text with those. They're very, very text heavy. The northernmost part of the Ark and home to the Aegis Research Institute, the seat of all scientific research into chimeras in the astral plane. This area is kept under very strict security. Civilians are prohibited from entering the restricted district unless they are receiving treatment for redshift at the ARI, the Aegis Research Institute, a Union government research facility primarily concerned with chimeras and the astral plane. Under the guidance of Joseph Calvert, the ARI has developed several counter-chimeric drugs and weapons. The ARI also houses the largest medical facilities on the Ark that can effectively treat redshift. All human knowledge regarding chimeras and the astral plane is likely stored somewhere behind the locked doors of the ARI. Is that everything? Oh no, we have Harmony Square Station. One part of an interconnected subway system that connects the entire arc. This station was designed to be a connecting point to several different subway lines, each designated by a different colour. Oh. Neat. Yeah, that's everything. Cool. Yeah, I've just got so many people. I don't know who 3 and 4 is. Actually, 3 is probably Max. I just don't know. Or maybe above Alicia would be Max. I just don't know who would be above that. Either way, that is going to be the end of the session. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. And until next time, take care.